Hey everybody, my name is Eric. I'm making a game. It's called the Godkiller. It's a 3D top-down puzzle solving adventure game. I'm going to show it to you in a moment, but I had a few thoughts I thought I'd share. I was thinking about all the things we do just to get by in life. You know, you got to have a job, you got to spend half your waking hours at least at work doing that. You have to, you go into debt for your education that provides a livelihood. Just to survive, you've got to jump through all these hoops. You have to be set up a certain way for society to accept you and to allow you just to occupy space in it. And I'm not about that. I'm about freedom. And I had an idea, and I think it'll work. We just get about 10 acres of cheap land someplace and just get some good people there, living there together, freely, doing what they want. You know, not spending all their time working, all their time laboring, all their time, paying for their insurance or paying all the tax returns and all that nonsense. No, we just get it out away from society. We get this 10 acres, it's all set up, and it doesn't cost you anything to live there. If you seem okay to me, you can come on to my little kingdom, my little compound, and it's going to be good. There'll be a lot of campfires and us hanging around by the campfire and talking, telling stories and laughing, and there'll be like chores and stuff too. Like, don't get me wrong, if you are going to be here and be part of this community, you got to do some work, right? You got to wash dishes after a meal, or maybe you got to cook the meal because the responsibility you got to share in it. I'm not going to do it all myself, of course, right? And then also, like, I think we want internet. And most things you can live off the land, but like, I write games and I like watching movies, I like Netflix, stuff like that. So we're gonna need some friggin' kick-ass broadband internet. I think you'll agree. Problem is with that, there has to be some money that we have to pay for it, right? Because unlike, say, water you could just harvest it from the sky, basically. Food you can grow, but internet, you can't make internet off the land. I suppose you could stick some wires and stuff together and get something going, but it wouldn't be connected to all the stuff out there that's so cool. So we gotta earn some money somehow to pay for the internet. And but I was thinking about it, like, we can have economic output in this camp where everyone's free. And there was one product I thought of that makes sense. You know what's so big today, and it's like nothing. Like, to make it is nothing. Is seltzer water. It's just water and carbon dioxide and a little bit of some kind of syrup flavor. So somebody will work on a cherry tree, okay, and we'll have the water from rain. The cherry tree, just squeeze a little bit of juice out, not too much, because with seltzer water, people want 0 calories. So you just have a little bit of syrup come from the cherry, go into the water. But then you want to say that this is seltzer water. It can't be flat. That's just like lame Kool-Aid. It's got to bubble in your throat. It's got to tickle your throat, right? And to do that, you need carbon dioxide. So some of you are going to be working on the cherry trees in the orchard. And we won't need a lot of trees because you just need a tiny little bit of juice, just a little bit. Okay, some of you are going to be working on the rain barrels and collecting water from the rain, or maybe other kind of hydro projects. And some of you are going to be working on carbon dioxide, where do you get carbon dioxide? We breathe it out of us. So I'm going to get some mask. We'll put a mask on you. Most of the people are going to be working on carbon dioxide. So you just put the mask on your mouth. You inhale through your nose, exhale into the mouth, If you can hyperventilate while you're doing this, you're going to produce more carbon dioxide. So we will we'll do whatever it takes to get you hyperventilating. Like you can maybe just will yourself to do it, or we can have someone come tickle you while you got the mask on. You go, but we want you pumping out a lot of carbon dioxide because we need it to make the seltzer water bubbly. And you know, and you say like, you know, maybe you want to get paid for it. Dude, we don't have the margins to be paying you. You come here to my place that I set up with the capital and the know-how, and you need to participate economically in the output, or the whole thing is not going to work. The whole friggin' thing. So don't think you're going to come over to my farm and be a freeloader, okay? We're going to get the mask on you. We're going to have you hyperventilating. We're going to have you producing carbon dioxide. We're going to suck it out of you, and we're going to stick it in the goddamn seltzer and ship it out. Because that's how we survive. Okay? Freedom. All right. Now let's get to a demo. Got to get a demo going here. Okay, what did I do yesterday? What did I do? Okay, I came up with this algorithm for determining where the best place would be to put the camera, no matter what square you're at. And I already had an algorithm that did this, but it didn't do it that well. That it most of the time it worked. It was about 95% good, and it was a little bit expensive. And the extra edge cases that I saw that it wasn't meeting, I would have to add more code to it, which means more CPU time. And I wanted something fast and reliable and extendable. So the previous algorithm would this thing I'm moving around is a diagnostic thing that will show in any location in the map where the camera position will be at. So the previous thing that I used would look at the data structures for the level and say, okay, there's a wall here, there's a ceiling here, a floor here. It would analyze them all and say, here's where the camera can go. That's not as good as this new way, which is you raycast up from the top of the player's head at two different angles. There's the preferred tilt angle, which is better aesthetics, but tends to not cover every case as easily as the second angle, the straight angle. So here's the straight angle, and I can't remember. Okay, yeah, it shows the straight angle here as the best thing to show. But if I go out a little bit, it's going to take this here tilted angle. Okay. So this is a diagnostic tool. Now I'll hit play and I'll just show you how the camera works in the game. A lot like it did before in previous demos, but the difference is faster and covering more edge cases and extendable, easily extendable. So if I find some more things I need it to do, I can update it pretty simply. Okay, so here it's doing almost exactly the same thing as previous. In fact, it would be indistinguishable. I'll go to a few places where it's behaving better. Okay, now before, the old algorithm would duck the camera underneath the overhang because you're close to the overhang. But this new one says, you know what? I can see you fine with the tilt angle, which is better aesthetically. You can even step further underneath the overhang if you want. I can still see you, so I'm going to use the preferred tilt angle to show this. Now if you go one more step, tilt angle will no longer be able to show you. The player will unobscured, so it'll switch. Okay, it switched to the straight angle, and it also brought the camera in closer from the preferred distance. But it did that because if it was at the preferred distance, there'd be stuff blocking the view to you. Okay. So this is much better for seeing things, and also for avoiding like little glitches. Okay. So the other thing that I got to work quite reliably is that when you're right next to a square that is going to need the straight angle, when you to display that square, it will do the straight angle. So here, when you get to a corner, if I was doing the tilt angle, I would be able to see the center square from the tilt angle here. Here's the tilt angle again. You can kind of see the difference. Okay, I walk up here. In theory, I could have used the tilt angle to see the center square, but it would have obscured this square here, which the player needs to have some information about to know if they want to walk there or not. You know, what the consequences of moving there. Otherwise, it's just a blind step they're taking. So that works well. And also, because it works so well, I no longer have the problem of walking around a corner and having the camera travel through the inside of the corner. Because the thing that was producing that was an angle change as I moved around the corner. So I got rid of that long-standing problem. I get the fan going. All right, so in this session, I want to work on the long movements, which are flinging, getting pushed, okay, and dying. So the goal is for all those movements to not move through objects on your way along that path. Now this level is not particularly good for showing those cases. So I will be creating, as the title at the top of the screen says, a camera playground. And maybe in a less festive way I can say it will contain all the cases that I think might break the camera. And also I'm just getting maybe a little tired of looking at this particular level layout, so just to keep it fresh, I don't mind starting a new level. It's also a good test that I've got all my prefabs updated properly, and it's not hard to create a new level by copying them into it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up the playground to test these situations. Now, that's a pretty small goal. The reason it's small is because I expect a delivery order to show up in the next hour or two. And I prefer to stop the session when that delivery order gets here, so I can spend 15-20 minutes unpacking this delivery order, which contains a lot of seltzer water, and also maybe just having a little lunch, and then I'll come back and I'll do session 2 after that, which will get into it. I think it'll get into it, but let me build the playground first. A playground for everyone to enjoy and be free in, as long as they do the work that they need to do. All right, here we go. Okay. Also, I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I'll be right back, and I'll play you a song from the game while I'm getting my coffee. Just don't worry. It's not gonna take me that long. It's not gonna take me that long to get my coffee. I just gotta brew up a little pot, a little half pot, and then I'll be on my way. Let me see. Let's do Arpentamino. here we go. Alright, so I've got 2 levels called Delete Me 1 and Delete Me 2. This is Delete Me 1. I can add as many levels as I want, but since I'm not particularly attached to Delete Me 2, I think I'll just reuse it. Oh wait, am I already on? Was I already on Delete Me 2? Oh, apparently. Okay, maybe I need to go to Delete Me 1 then. Okay, there's Delete Me 1. It's going to be forever baking, and I've learned that the performance gets a lot better. I have less like weird spinny time nonsense if I just turn off the bake, but I kind of want to do like, never mind, let's just turn it off. This thing, is there, there's no presets for lighting, huh? That's a weird thing. No presets for lighting. So am I right about that? So they have it on the component stuff they've had there for a while, but it just feels like those lighting settings that are per scene, there ought to be some way to kind of copy and paste the settings from one place to another. It might be something that's accomplishable with editing the files directly. Alright, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's just get this set up in some reasonable way to start. No auto generate, and then close it. Okay, I'm going to go on a deletion spree here. Decorations first, because there's always just thousands of them. See all the selected objects. So these are what I call decorations. They're procedurally generated details that are added to the scene. takes a while to delete them all. Okay. And let's just get rid of almost all this stuff. I'm just kind of tired of looking at the same level design all the time. Let's make it new. In fact, I'm just gonna bulk delete. Okay. It all begins with the floor. Pick a different strata pattern as well, because I've been using the same one for a long time. Strata manager, let's see. Okay. So strata are what chooses the textures that are visible on walls and floors. So this one I picked is called Even 4. And it should alternate the texture like every 4 or so. Although, if I think about it, it's easier to start from the bottom. So let me, I'm picturing like a certain pattern here. Let's start from the bottom. Okay. Make something big here. Okay. And let's throw some walls up on the outside of it, I guess. When I can, I like to use ISO. Okay, I think there was some corners. Let's use the corners. Let's use the corners. I worked hard on them. Let me use them. Northeast, northwest. What is this one? No, I don't want that one. Let's get southwest and southeast. So I'm thinking just do a little more here with these walls, and then I'll move on to some more interesting things. Okay, so this connects to that. Alright, and down here on this side, I'll just make another type of floor. Oh, this is maybe the largest level I've made. That should make it interesting. What am I looking at there? Is it? Okay, got it. So besides my natural tendency to be grandiose, one advantage of having such a large level is that I can test some of the flinging scenarios that are interesting to me. It takes the camera a certain amount of time to catch up to where you're at. It doesn't take a lot, but that catch-up time will be more visible on a larger level. I wish there was a hotkey. Oh, there is a hotkey. I forget what these, what is it? Shift, that symbol, I always forget what it means. Shift Command G. Shift Option G, Command Option G, Shift Command Option G. Is it not doing it because? Yeah, hold on. Command G, Shift boom, Shift boom. I think I've tried every possible way. Oh yeah, Control Option G. If I want to memorize that. Yeah, okay, so I pulled that so I could extrude it. Let me extrude. Okay. That's pretty nice. Let's take one side of it up higher. Okay, down here I want to pull these up too. That. Let me just see if this starts up. Oh, I started her way up in there. She'll drop when I move her. There we go. Oh, so much space. Ooh. The camera did not update here. I'll have to troubleshoot that. Is it still using the old algorithm? Okay, that is a lot of space. Yeah, it should definitely be looking straight down right now. Okay. Well, yeah, and here's an example of it. Is this an actual gap or is it just the camera is inside of the wall? Yeah, camera's inside the wall. Which is a no-no. Oh, I just thought of something. This view gives me an explanation of why it's not going straight angle. Because maybe it does. I think it might have something to do with the tilt angle being not ray casting to find an obstacle when the wall is extremely high. So I don't know, it makes me happy that I've got a bug already to fix based on making this playground, and I haven't added much to it yet, so it's already doing its job. It's also fun to watch the fling rays because they seek out a little bit every update. They're not instant. They don't immediately find the end. So if it's far off, it takes them a while to reach the end. So I hold down. So the east one, it went off to the east and pretty quickly found the wall over there. The west one in the south took longer because I'm farther away from those walls. So gives you a little bit of feedback as a player. How far away are things? It's like sending out a radar signal or a LiDAR. Okay. So, thinking about my grocery order. I don't want to get into debugging just yet. I want to set up the playground and get into my debugging and updating stuff on the other side of this. I think. Oh, wait a minute. I just got an email from the delivery people and they say, oh, it's running late. It'll be between 12 and 12:30. Okay, cool. I got more time to debug and figure shit out. Cool. So unplay. Let me take out my little diagnostic tool. Actually, let me double check that the player cam has got... No, this has got the old player cam, so this is not the new algorithm, this is the old algorithm. Can I just reset this from the... How does this even work? Because I changed the code so it would okay, the answer is it's not working because it's using like an object that isn't hooked up to anything. So even the old algorithm would have done better than this because it's a broken camera. I just gotta figure out how to update this from the prefab, which should fix it. Let me see, is this... No, the prefab is still messed up too. Okay, so let's go back to the other scene and fix the prefab. Save this one. Delete me too. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see it from far away in ISO. Would love to make a nice ISO game one of these days. Doesn't help I'm right in the middle of a game that's probably going to take me another year or so to finish. Although it might not be bad to use these for level thumbnails in the level selector. Just some good ISO screenshots. Oh no, I'll think about that. Because the nice thing about an ISO point of view is it looks a little bit flat. So when I'm inside of the level selector, which is itself a 3D scene, if the thumbnail kind of looks flat and stylized, it won't confuse the eye as much. Okay. Anyways, player cam. Okay. Now if you look at the player cam, it's got camera mover. It's got all the outliner stuff. It's got, yeah, okay, that's fine. So then we go to, let's save this, I guess. We'll open another scene. Now what's the player cam look like? It looks right. Hit play again. See what we got. There we go. Fixed. See, I go down. We're straight angle here. And it should give me a little more leeway here for tilt. No, I guess it still needs it. Or it's looking at the square underneath and saying that one needs a straight angle, so maybe I'll stay at straight angle here, which might be an overcorrection. Like I could add refinement to it later that it's only checking for those corners when it does that. It might actually be a very good refinement. Okay, so here, since it, okay, here it gives me one extra. I wonder why. It kind of makes sense because it's taller. The tilt angle would work over here though. It might work here, I'm not sure. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I see, I get it now, I get it. So here the tilt angle is not needed, and for all of its, sorry, the straight angle is not needed. And for all the neighbors, it's also true that the straight angle is not needed. Okay. Here that's true as well. Now here, it goes straight angle because it knows the next square to the west is going to need a straight angle. And that is what's useful for going around corners without, for seeing around corners. And actually, not even a corner. So right here, if I were showing the tilt angle, I'd be able to see the center square just fine, but I wouldn't be able to see the west square. So that's why it tilts there. Now here's the refinement I'm thinking about. Here I could get away with showing the tilt angle, but my algorithm is currently saying, well, if you go south, you're going to need straight. You're going to need the straight angle. And the algorithm currently says that any of these four squares, if they need the straight angle, you in the center square, even if you don't need it for the center square, you get the straight angle. But I'm thinking I could just check west and east. I think that might be the only stuff that actually needs it. If I come this way, if I go one more, I guess it thinks I can still see this. Here I don't know if it's working right. Yeah, there might be an issue here. So it doesn't look like it's detecting to the east that it will need the straight angle. So this square is hidden a little bit, right? More than I'd like. And also, the switch between the angle gives the travel through the object problem. See that? For a moment you're looking straight down at the ground far away. You're in the interior of that wall. Okay, so there's a bug there. There's a bug there. I can fix that. I think I can. Maybe I'm over optimistic. I don't know. The rest of this is looking good. Okay. Let's put her on the ground. And I'll give her a quick way to get to that test point. So I think it is just, okay, she's facing north. Let me orient north. Okay, there's north. North is up. She wants to come. I think it was this corner here. Okay, so from here, she can just fling to the east. Let me get the player cam in some reasonable spot. I guess it is already. Okay, she can fling to the east, then fling south, and she'll be down there fast. Okay, but before I go into play mode to test it, I can just bring in my camera space analyzer. Okay. So here, anyways, it's saying we're gonna go straight. It's not doing that in the game. Here it tilts. So here the analyzer seems to be working as expected. Tilt, 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 tilt. Straight. Right at the corner. Okay, no worries. Let us turn the debugger on. see. I did a lot of work on this yesterday. Let me get commit. Cute. Get status. Get add assets. Alright, I'm gonna go downstairs briefly and turn off the coffee pot so it doesn't burn the fuck out of the coffee. Bear with me. I won't be long. 30 seconds. Maybe, no, I give myself more time. 238 seconds. Alright. I'll play you a song while I'm gone, because I'm generous. Let's play Heaven. Did I start the debugger? I think I did. How can I tell if the debugger's running or not? Maybe I did not. Let's try it. Okay. No, not that one. Okay. If I go in. Okay, so this is the question. If I go south, Why does it not pick the straight angle? Let's see. Okay. Okay, so here, check neighbor deltas. What do I got? There should be 3. There are. So I've got north. No, that's not north, is it? Yes, north. Okay, then I got west. I have east. East is there. Count is 3, which means in this fixed array, it's only the first 3 elements are germane or valid. So expect the first 2 of these, north and west, to not use a straight angle. Okay, that should be north. Okay, whatever. Alright, so this should return true. Does it? If it returns true, it means you use the tilt angle. This one is checking west. It should return true and use the tilt angle. And the third one should return false. I'm going to go in and take a look. This code I'm trying to keep pretty well optimized. Okay, so tilt distance versus straight distance. Huh. So this is on... Oh, I see one thing that's off. What's the deal with these coordinates? The coordinates are off. Yeah, that's not right. Let me check, where were they first wrong? Floor position. That's even. I got an idea. what might be making them wrong, but let me keep checking. Okay, check neighbor deltas. All these should be even. They are. Well, yeah, they are. Okay. Those look good too. -12, -40. I'm passing no neighbors. No neighbors should just be man, that is tricky to view. Okay, count 0, item 0. Okay, and then somehow I've got some garbage in, which one is it? Oh, position. This is an out though. This is an out value. It kind of doesn't matter. It's just must have some uninitialized stuff in it, I think. So, okay, that was a red herring. It may have like a previously returned position or something like that, or even just random memory garbage in it. But it doesn't matter because it hasn't been set yet. I guess more concerning is the tilt distance here is picking up as 12 for this neighbor. Let me make sure this is checking the east neighbor. So if it is east, then here the floor position will be okay, floor position is 55 here. I'm going to come back to this more recent scope. It's at 54. So this is checking west. This is checking west. Okay, let's go back over here. What is the offset? -1. And what's the I value? 2. So that should be the third one. Oh, and let's look at the neighbor deltas again. 2. Okay, 2 is west. Oh, the previous one. No. Huh. So it added north, it added south, and it added west, and it did not add east. So perhaps the mapping between the obstacle checks and the offsets is wrong. Let me check those. Find neighbor deltas. Okay, this is the one I'll need to check. let's take a look at these. Are they right? There's north, south, west, east. And this is north, south, west, east. All right. I don't need this one anymore. I can delete that. Cool. Less code is better code. Okay. Save that. And camera mover. This is the one that I want to check, but not right away. I want to move in position first. Okay. Height will be 12, okay. Clear the neighbor offsets. So now there'll be stuff in here, but kind of don't care about it. That should go out to 4, okay. I could also set this to I. It'll be a little bit nice. Oh no, I can't. I cannot, because I won't necessarily add everything in the I. It does have to be count. Okay. So the first one's going to check north. It will be added. Not falling. It's going to add. Okay. Next one is south. This one should not be added, but I did see it though. So what's up with that? Delta is okay. This is 0, 1. So it's gonna be moving south. That is correct for south. Here it should say infinite depth. Okay, so it should skip adding south. Good. This is the west check, which should be successful. Let me double check. Is it west? Yes, it is. Neighbor offset should just have one now. Cool. That'll save me a little time. I was just continuing to do this little movement to select this underneath, which is kind of tricky. But now I've got it down here, so I can just see it down there. Okay, so for west, I think height should be good. Okay. Okay, so now it should have, here's north, here's west, the rest of these are invalid. So now I want to see east next. Okay, that's good. Is this delta east? It is. Okay, this should be the final state. I've got north, west, east. And my count is 3, so just these 3 will be used, hopefully. Now this last one should come up as, okay. Yeah, I reevaluated south and rejected south. So that looks correct to me. I'm going in to find the best camera position. This will just be both 12. Okay, and here is where, oh, let me see. Are the deltas still good? There's 3. Got north, west, east. There's my east. That's the one I really need to evaluate, the east one. Okay, so let's go in. Again, I want to check these. Still good. Dog barking, which makes me look at my phone to see if I've got any delivery notifications, but I don't think they should be here yet. Okay, so that looks fine. So then we go through. This items I, well, let's see, floor position, 55, 12, negative 40. So I expect it to be 55, negative 39 to check north. 55, same y, negative 39. Oh, the opposite direction. Never mind. But hold on, let me double check. Is that right? Yeah, Z flips around. Oh, but holy shit. These are different now. The neighbor delta's changed. Oh, look, I got the wrong. Oh man, that's it. That's it. Instead of using check neighbor deltas, I'm using neighbor deltas. So let us just hit play and stop this thing, because we can fix this. This is the problem with having static variables. So when you have a static function, a nice thing about it is you cannot access other variables in the class scope, but if you also have static variables, which are a shitty way from, no, they're a way to get around a limitation of C# that it can't provide constant variables that are set in certain ways. Okay, oh, never mind. So if I've got this guy in a static variable, I might want to put this variable in a static for a few different reasons, maybe 3 different reasons. The first one is I want a constant that's available to static functions to use. Second is, why am I forgetting? Oh, for performance reasons. So if I don't want to, all the time this function is called, have the operation of running this constructor and initializing it to this sort of empty capacity, then I can put in a static variable. And it's not just the performance of the CPU around this code, it's also, if I'm repeatedly allocating that memory, it's going to create extra garbage collection, which results in frame drops every now and then. Okay, the third reason is I legit want to have a variable that gets set and is available to all instances of static functions. That third option I usually do not want. I usually do not want to actually store values or operate or change on these static variables, which actually reminds me that I can do a read-only. That makes it a little bit better to avoid that part. So some trouble comes up when you're in a static function and you accidentally get the name wrong, but it accepts it because there's a static variable someplace that has the name you want. So this benefit of sealing off this function from other scopes is reduced when you add other static variables. Sorry, that was a long explanation that nobody wanted. But static variables, they're really good up until the point when they're not good. Okay, so I think I probably fixed that bug, but I'm going to check. turn this off. There we go, we're at straight. Same here. And I'm starting to feel pretty confident that we only need the west and east case for this straight check, straight angle check on the neighbors. Okay, which is great because then I can remove 2 extra ray casts and obstacle check. I will do that. Okay, my next question is, do I need so there was a nice feature of C and C++ where you could declare these static variables right inside of your functions, and I missed that as well. That was a useful thing. Okay, so camera space analyzer, it's going to say find best camera position. I've got inside of camera util, I've got this thing here. Okay, neighbor deltas. I think I can just take out north and south here. And I can also make this nah, I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay. So that one needs to be read-only. The other one has to be readable. So I've got another similar structure. Boy, I said that, but is it true? Okay, anyways, let's take out north-south. I don't think I need them. Let's see how well that works. That's interesting. I was cutting it a little bit close. Huh. So you know what? I do need north. I need south. I don't need north. I need south though because I can't see the square to the south. It's the nature of the tilt view. That's never going to happen with the north. I just need south, west, and east. Okay, cool. So let's take out, let's put it back. get rid of north. Okay, I'll fix this guy too. Oh, not that one. Camera detail. There we go. Oh, I forgot to hit unplay, didn't I? No, I guess I didn't. Okay, so that preserves my ability to see which square I'm moving into if I go south. So the way I had it before, it would have been a tilt angle here, and it would have obscured the southern square. So I do need that. This one's interesting because the wall's up so high that it needs a straight angle, even 2 squares out. No, I guess that's not true. It's still just 1 square. That's it. There it goes down. It is working in a good way that makes sense, and will cover a lot of cases. Maybe all the cases. And there just isn't any time where I need to check for a straight view needed from the north. Okay, so I guess while I'm doing just a little bit of optimization, I mean, while I'm in here kind of messing with this, I don't really like having to call this whole find best camera position to check for the neighbor straight angles. I can greatly simplify this. Alright, also I'll do a trivial check here to exit out early. Neighbor count is 0, just return false. Although, you know, thinking about it, that will so rarely happen that my trivial check is probably not any kind of useful optimization. Okay. I don't need the tilt vectors, so let's do tilt distance and let's see, float. Tilt distance, straight distance. So if we say if stray distance is less than the tilt distance, return true. Now I've cut down on my recursion, I've cut down on other kinds of calculations inside of that method which aren't really needed. If I declare it in the inner scope, I guess I shouldn't assume that the compiler's stupid. All right. Yeah, I need to stop trying to outthink the compiler. I did do this. I did that. The other thing I can do is remove the bool value from here. It's no longer used. Oh, my delivery's here. Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna go get my food. I'll come back after lunch, maybe a half hour or so, something like that. All right, catch y'all later.